Hi everyone, my name is Trevor. This is our assignment for week 5. Now this is on my iPhone, so I hope the quality is decent enough. I currently don't have a webcam. But today I will be talking about new employee orientation. I myself went through a couple different articles, so it wasn't too much that was really too long, I would say, so hopefully you can bear with me and follow where I'm going. Now, I found one article here on 5 steps to successful employee orientation in the distributed environment. I thought it was pretty nice because it lays out, 5 steps in which employees can use in order to help build a good employee orientation program. So we'll go through those here. Step 1 they have, which is onboarding, which is onboarding they describe as all tasks necessary for a smooth transition into the organization. They kind of rate this as the most difficult for companies, to fill in knowledge of their workers for different locations, and for the employer to realize that a worker might be the only one in your organization, at different locations, etc. So it really helped them to know what they should do. It should always be on for your first day to have well-detailed organizations and how one should know what to do with their job. I mean, I couldn't imagine being in a workplace and trying to look busy. I'm sure we've all had our first day of employment before, and it's that awkward feeling, where's the bathroom, what are my break times, where am I supposed to park, what kind of chores can I do besides sit at a desk and hope that I have something to do. Yet alone, another part of what they always recommend is to make sure that you have their work environment set up properly enough. Say, if they need a computer, they have a computer. Have phones for them already, maybe pens, pencils. Even the small things work because it helps to retain the employee even longer. A happy employee in the first days, I believe the book stats, I think, said 25% longer retention of employees. So that's pretty good. I found here within this one article, which was off EBSCO, that every time an employee quits, it costs the company an average of $45,000 in profits, and unwanted employee turnover is costing U.S. companies more than $1,440 billion annually. So the question is, what can human resources do to keep a good employee? So I guess retention really begins at the first day of the job. As much as having everything well planned, a process. I believe the book says working with a checklist. That's part of what this article is going over for the steps. So the first step was onboarding. The second step here is acclimation, and that is starting a new company. Is how they kind of put like going to a new country. Everything is different. And it's how they say the people, the systems, the language, and the culture. That new employees need to understand the culture of the organization. With a vital environment, this ensures that they understand, what to do. And then one positive thing they say for new employee orientation is to start with like an online orientation, something that you can comfortably read from a computer. Obviously, most of us are in a technology era, so it's something that's comfortable if you have that step by step to go through. Part of what some of the other articles I read onto were they would suggest not overbearing someone with too much info on the first day. Names, just everything. If you cram it into an 8-hour first day orientation, it's a lot for someone to remember. One thing that they also suggest not doing is just giving them that employee handbook, 100 pages to sit down and read in the lobby. That it's too much for one to take in. So they always suggest going over the handbook with the person, and in general, side by side. A lot of times you got to sign off on stuff so that you know where it is, versus just throwing it at them and telling them what to do. They say another good point of employee retention is being able to have the work, like I said, set up. But then one thing that turns people off about a job is if they got to wait for 30 minutes in the lobby while the desk people figure out what the heck to do with you. It doesn't make for a comfortable place. since I guess I'm running close on time. Step 3 here on this, they speak about integration. Kind of wrote the points on how many people spend more time at work than they do with the friends or family. So, who really wants to work in a workplace with complete strangers? Because most likely they didn't know anyone at first. So, being able to connect them, they say, personal connections positively contribute to employees wanting to stay with the company. So, create opportunities for new employees to meet the other people in the company. The fourth step here was relationship management. So, help employees build lasting relationships by having regular one-to-one conversations with the manager. Go out to lunch every now and then if you can. It will keep them at the company longer. So if the management gets to know the employee per se, you're going to have one who wants to stay longer. Um, Step 5 here was expectations. Now, the quick sentence here is both the employee and the manager are coming into relationship with expectations. Yeah, sure, it's a work, relationship. So it's important to share the expectations that they have of one another. It does help. It says, performance goals are one of the things that you really always want to get in within the first 90 days. So this article was kind of nice because it did break down into more types and just give you some random bulletins like, the book does here. But organization was one of the big key issues with new, employees have it all set so that you can make the work firm as comfortable as possible. Well, I hope everyone likes my smile, and thank you, Professor, and have a wonderful evening.